Hey guys, welcome to the Laws of Enchantress. If you're hearing this video on #but economics, this is my new page, so you guys can check the description box. Please like and subscribe to my new YouTube channel and check the description box for my new page featured on Facebook. The Laws of Enchantress is for the sensual, seduction, sexual energy, sacred feminine energy of today's Black woman. So thank you guys for being here. So I just wanted to say why? Why sacred feminism? Why sacred feminine energy? Why for Black women? So as you know, or may not know, I've been a practitioner of the law of attraction for over 10 years. I have two really ancient Facebook pages for law of attraction that I can add you to. They are private, but I can add them. And the reason why I decided to go on my journey for law of attraction is because I had, always an interest in that. I always felt there was something more to life than just the black and white of it. I was always drawn to it. And I had situations that happened in my life that said, that spoke to me. And I wanted to have a grounding in my life. No matter what was going on, I wanted to have some type of core, some type of foundation to my life. As I studied the law of attraction, I took a lot of courses. I'm going to take you into that. I saw as I was journeying, I did not see Black women. I don't know why in the beginning. I don't know how in the beginning, but now that I am 38 years old, there's a big difference, over 10 years. I can honestly tell you, it's expensive. So it's not ideal if you don't have that lux to go out there and spend that money. But it's worth every single penny. If you have the money, definitely go out there, become a teacher, get certified. It makes the material much more easier to decipher. If you're, and also there is not one angle. There's several different angles. It's like a big community of different topics that all fit together. Like you just can't read The Secret and say you got it, because not even The Secret tells you the secret. There's different elements to the law of attraction, depending on which angle you're coming from. If you're looking for love, success, health, there's so many different ways to do it. There isn't a right or wrong, but there definitely isn't just one specific way. And if you have the opportunity to indulge, like I did, I would definitely say go for it. But I do recognize that Black women, my fellow sisters, my fellow empresses and enchantresses, they have that barrier. The barrier is there. I can't tell you how many camps I went to, and I met amazing women from all backgrounds, but I did not meet that many Black women. And I think when you look at the unique attributes, the unique challenges we have, which are very unique in terms of economics, in terms of connectivity, in terms of networking. I can honestly say I have not met another Black woman who went to the Abraham Hicks and the healing certification courses I did. I have not met another Black woman who attends Noetic Science and is a contributor to the Global Conscious Project. And I feel it's terrible because we are the ones that seem to be disproportionately affected by many of the tragedies of life. And no matter how hard we succeed, it's all surface. A lot of us are missing the true elements of happiness. And a lot of us are shifting things that are not meant to be shifted to try to, compensate for that happiness. And I completely understand. Because if I can't have a certain element in my life, being the woman I am, I'm going to compensate and try to make the best of my life. That's what survivors do. And that's what Black women have been doing, is surviving. But survival mode compresses your feminine, sacred, sensual energy. Survival mode compresses your ability to be successful, your ability to be rich. And the reason why I say that is because when you are in survival mode, you're blocking your chakras. And your chakras are the alignment of energy that starts from the base of the spine all the way up to the third eye between your eyes and your upper forehead. So that's something that most Black women don't know or don't even believe. They don't believe. And they don't have that social exposure like other demographics do. I was very fortunate. I am very blessed to have had the opportunity and to have the affordability. And I stress that, to have the affordability to get access to these classes. So I started my Law of Attraction pages in 2010. It is now 2008. And prior to that, I was busy getting licensing and, going around getting certification and just learning, because you really have to immerse yourself in this. You just can't come off a certification class and start teaching. There has to be a certain energy and vibe. Not everyone can teach. So when I made these pages, I really was not standing out. People felt comfortable going to other people. I networked, I joined organizations, I donated, but I just could not capture the audience I wanted to, because there was just a connectivity issue that was missing. I don't know what it was. You guys can talk about it, but I don't want to waste time on it. But I just want to say I did not get to connect the way I wanted to. So I just kept, with the teachings, I kept reading. I have a massive library, as you guys can see if you look at my other channel, Hassis But Economics. I'm a big believer in Law of Attraction. I start talking about it there. I have all the classic Law of Attraction books, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, The Power of Being Positive. I have all these books, different demographics and stuff like that. So I started to feel alive again and energized and say, perhaps I can come back to the Black community, to Black women, specifically because we face unique challenges. So the challenge number one, before I show you my tabs, is feminine power. Feminine power is sacred, sensual power. And you need that power to have a strong core, to have a strong temple. Everything you want in your life is built on your feminine core, which is your innards, which is your power. So your feminine organs, your ovaries, your uterus, your fallopian tubes, that's all a center of power. We grow life. We do, we nurture life. We have the nutrients for life. There's power in your cycle. There's elements in your cycle that we pull for science and medication. So you are a walking, talking, living energy of a temple. But a lot of us have that temple buried and damaged and vulnerable. We don't nourish it. We don't feed it. You're continuously pulling your body for life. Every 28 days, you have a cycle. That's a scientific thing. Every 28 days, you have the ability to bring forth life. But the thing is that you have to nurture the body, take care of the body, because it pulls from you. So that's an emotional thing. And they're now showing that postpartum and all these illnesses, even cancer, has a huge effect with the amount of stress that's put on it. So that's why if you're trying to become successful, whether it's with finding true love, whether it's with becoming an entrepreneur, whether it's to build a business, whether it's to get healthy, whether it's to lose weight, lose fat, if your temple is shattered, if your temple is wounded, you're not going to be successful. And I see Black women disproportionately have those challenges. We're the least demographic to have marriage. We're the least demographic to have a community that supports us, protects us, and leads us. We're the least demographic to have, family and having strong family units, even among other Black women. The chaos is there. So you can see the brokenness. And that's why so many Black women have ovarian cancer and uterine cancer and breast cancer. These are central feminine core energies in the body that are blocked, and they're not getting the proper positive energy. This is real. They did studies where babies don't get touched, they don't grow, they die. They did studies where people who get pets and animals, just a simple interaction, it's positive. You need love. Love is the highest powerful frequency in the world. That's why when you make love to someone, you go to work the next day, they be like, "Oh wow, girl, you look great." That's energy radiating off. Energy is real. It's not some kind of, pseudo science. It's real. Every single day, there are people studying the art of perception, the art of consciousness, the art of intention, everything. They have the Global Conscious Project. We'll talk about that later. But the reason why I made it specifically for Black women is because our challenges are unique. We are attacked. We are seen as masculine. We are seen as manly. We are seen as the strong Black woman, the strong Black woman. Aren't you guys tired of hearing that? We're seen like impervious. When I think of the Black woman and the way society sees us, I think of Mario. And when he touched that invincibility star and he starts running, dun 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 dun, and he's like going through everything, that's what Black people think, that we're Terminators. That's what the world thinks, that we're strong, strong, strong. And the thing is that once you do that, you don't trigger the male to protect. You don't trigger the male to do what he's supposed to do as a male. Everything gets all lopsided. And I'm not saying you can't be a strong woman, but you got to use your feminine sacred power. Sorry, you have to use your feminine sacred power. You don't have to become a man to show strength. Men have masculine power, female have feminine sacred power. And I see Black women even today. They call Serena Williams a man. They call Michelle Obama a man. Am I making this up? We're constantly attacked and barraged because our features are full, our booty is big, and they're not seen as the European or the modern social Vogue magazines. We are attacked, and we're thought that it's okay to be this hyper overly strong She-Hulk Amazonian, and we're dying inside. So these are attributes, these are issues and challenges that I saw were specifically unique to Black women. Other women don't have to deal with being called a man. Other women don't have to deal with being called masculine. Other women don't have to deal with being overly masculine. Other women don't have to deal with being a mommy and a daddy. Other women don't have to deal with being 80% of a household. Other women don't have to deal with double, triple, quadruple discrimination. Being a woman, being a Black woman, being over 40, being a veteran, being disabled, being pregnant. We have so many layers of vulnerability. And that's why I wanted to make this program to speak to us, to speak to our challenges, to speak to our lack of being proud of the fact that we want love. There's a big stigma in the Black community since we're so rejected by our traditional men. And from now on going forward, the word for Black men will be traditional men because I don't want to say Black men anymore because it's attached to a lot of negativity with Blackistan and Nagasaki and Hotep Shima. And I have fun with that, I won't lie, but it's bringing back a lot of bad memories for people. And I want us to truly move forward. I don't want us to be like Lot's wife, keep looking back and turning into a pillar of salt. I'm going to keep talking about that story. So, non traditional men, the traditional men in our communities, okay, they don't show us love. They don't protect us. They don't make us feel valued. Not all, but enough to the point where it affects even people like me. Because even if I am with a white person or an Asian person or a Chinese or a cat, don't matter. If the persona in society is that our men don't value us. And I get this from Black men too. I get this from traditional men that come out and say, it's a shame that so and so and XYZ. It's not a lot, but even the traditional one will come out and say, the images we put out in the rap songs, in the rap music, in the rap videos, the way that we carry ourselves, it affects how other people look at us. Because remember, perception is everything. And perception matters the most to those who don't interact with us on a daily basis. So if you're not Black, and you're like, well, not all Black people, but you look at what you see. You look at what the predominant image is being projected. So the predominant image of being projected is not of Black women being loved and protected and honored. The predominant image of Black women is not us being honored and cared. But we're going to change that. And how we're going to change that? With using the highest frequency on the planet, and that is love. And not looking at love and light as vulnerability. And not looking at light as a way to be attacked. Light always cancels dark. Light travels at the speed so fast that if you were able to travel at the speed of light, you can actually go through time. The reason why we know we have galaxies is because light's been traveling for billions of years to reach Earth. Dark doesn't do that. If there was no light on this planet for 2 days, everything would die. If there was no light from the moon, we wouldn't have gravitational pull and the tides would come in and swallow up the land. Light is power. If it wasn't for light that traveled from the sun at 92 million miles away, this earth would die. Light is life, and there's no vulnerability in light. It's having the judgment, having the sense, and the superior intellect. And these are all things Black women have. We have the sacred sensuality. We are the first woman. We are the Eve. We have the Eve gene. We hold every single DNA inside of our genes. There's absolutely no reason why that we are cut off what we are. And that's why I made this page just for Black women. Now, if you want to watch this YouTube and you're not Black, go ahead. I welcome you. But I wanted to pay a special attention to a group that I saw was neglected, to a group that I did not see represented in all the trainings I went to a group that I know that some of this training is just too expensive. So I just want to talk about this. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this because I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But one of the main reasons is economics. Like I said, I've been very fortunate and very blessed by God in my life, and I'm grateful to Him. Because let me show you what the courses look like. So one of the first courses I took was the Heal Your Life course. I'm going to see if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to make it bigger so you guys can see it as I'm touching it. All right, so the Heal Your Life course is a certified workshop based on the philosophy of Louis Hayes, and these are the people that work with Abraham Hicks. So I took my first thing ever was a 2-day Heal Your Life workshop, and the Heal Your Life workshop and seminars are based on the principle of the book You Can Heal Your Life by Lewis Hayes, and be attended by many thousands of people worldwide. So it's a great course. I recommend it. I think if you can afford to take it, go ahead. And here is the 2-day workshop. That's what you start with. And then you can go into the other things. So you have to take this course first. Like, you can't just jump to be, Heal Your Life licensing coach. You got to do the workshop and do that. So as that page loads, I just want to say that the price for it, I think I paid about $5,000. Again, it is worth every single penny. But what I want to do to you is bring that information back to the Black community at a much, 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 much more affordable investment. I understand that 5,000 is a little bit too much for people who didn't plan for that, or people who want to do it, but it's just out of hand. And I think that's a way for me to pass on a blessing. Instead of me charging 1,500, 400, I can charge much less and give you guys the information you need versus doing something like that. So it's expensive. So here we have here, okay. Um, I'm going to show you what happened to it. I'm just trying to go. I don't know why it's not. Go ahead. So weird. It's just blocking up there. Okay. So I'm just trying to see. Okay. So this is the training, the courses they have all over. They have in San Diego. And this is the other course. So the first course, it costs about 4 or 5 thousand. So once you become a Heal Your Life workshop coach, then you can be a Heal Your Life coach trainer. And they're all over the world: Canada, UK, California. So you can become a Heal Your Life coach, which is what I am. I'm a Heal Your Life coach. And if you look down here, okay, the investment is $3,795. Okay, and it's nice. You're in a beautiful place. You're going to a hotel. You're in Shelter Island. So it depends where you're going. It's nice. It's nice, and the deposit is reasonable. $795. That's the deposit. So I'm actually trying to get into the 2-day workshop one, and it's not letting me go. But I don't know why. But if you go back to I'm trying to get to these pages are loading really slow. But if you go back to the beginning, the Heal Your Life workshop coaching class is about $4,900 to $800. So that's in addition to the $3,000, because you got to take steps. You can't just skip. So again, I've been blessed to do these types of things. And I think the blessing is coming back to my community, making pages, raising awareness, talking about the law of attraction, trying to get you to look at the law of attraction, sharing with you the books I've read for law of attraction, telling you which books are amazing for law of attraction. And that's all, stuff that I learned through these groups. Like, when I was learning, they told me which books to look at. They told me which books were great, because there's millions of books on these subjects. So you definitely, can actually, go to these seminars. I would recommend it. But it's hard, because if you don't have the actual money to do it, you might not be able to do it. And it's something I think is worth it. So I also became a certified crystal healer. I love crystals. I have a whole bunch all over my house. I charge them in the sun for a limited time. And there's a lot of courses you can take. And it's great. I think they're reasonable. To me, they are. Each course is about $300 to $400 just for the crystal course alone. But do I think it's worth it? Yeah, I do, because you can use this. But once again, it's hard, because when I go to these courses, whether they're online or in person, okay, and it's hard, because when you go to these courses, you really don't see people of color. You only see, like, these are the teachers, and they're great. Like, I'm not going to say anything negative about the teachers. The teachers are wonderful, but they have basics of crystal healing therapy. It's like, each course is there. This is what you get in the training course. It's really great. You get basics of crystal healing therapy. You get sacred space and self protection using crystals, working with crystal grids, crystal balancing using crystals. I love these classes. I took them. Working with pendulums and sensing crystal energy, crystal healing for animals, crystal healing toolkit, becoming a professional crystal healer. And that's what I am. I have the certification. So, you know, it's up to you, and it's worth it if you can definitely do it. So, you know, the classes are there, and I paid about $5,450. So again, I paid 5,000 for the the Abraham Lewis Hay House one. Then I paid 3,400 to get the certification. Then I paid 5,450 to get this. Guys, that's a lot of money. I understand if everyone can't do that. And that's why I'm going to the Black community, because I know we have challenges economically. I know that I'm trying to get you guys to invest in your being, investing this and that. So this is very expensive to certain people, and I totally get it. So that's why I'm working with a team of 6 people from these organizations, making a special package just for Black women, talking about an extra emphasis on femininity, talking about an extra emphasis on healing and keeping good crystals around the house, talking about an extra emphasis on how to get yourself worshipped, how to heal your broken womb, how to heal your broken femininity, how to get back in touch and being empowered, how to use your re-energized femininity to get, the job you want, the love you want, the love life you want, everything, how to open up yourself to be a beam and an energy ray to get love and receive love, because you only can emit the frequency that you have. And when you turn on a certain frequency, you're going to attract. Think about a TV antenna. You can turn the channel all you want. And I said this before, but you can refix those antennas over and over. And if they're not hitting the right frequency, you're only going to get what you fix your antenna to. So if you want love and you want happiness and you just don't believe it, you're not going to have it. And also, that lack of belief comes because your temple inside is broken. You need healing. You need meditation. You need to get back in touch with the body. And once you do that, you can have everything you want. I don't care if you have, you know, I don't know, Janet Jackson herself teaching you how to dance. I don't care if you got, I don't know, the top dating person in the world. Even Patty Sanger, even Patty Stanger, who is the world's millionaire top matchmaker, talks about feminine and masculine energy, talks about the power of using your feminine energy, using your feminine sensuality, using your sacred sexual feminine allure, using it. And she doesn't even believe in having sex on the first or second date. She doesn't believe in that at all. She's very conservative when it comes to sex because she knows the power of sex. And if a woman has sex because she's just going along with the man, you lose your power. If you have sex because I just want to do it because it feels good, you lose your power. There has to be a strategy. Do you want love? Do you want marriage? Do you want to be worshipped? It's all up to you. And whatever intention you open yourself up with is the intention that will command the relationship. Same thing goes with your friendship. Same thing goes with your career. Whatever intention you open up yourself with is the intention you're going to have. Whatever you grow the seed with, that's what the fruit is going to bear. The tree is going to bear. I hope that makes sense. So right here, look, $5,450. That is what I paid for crystals. And I was like, gee, can I talk about this with the Black community? Remember, I did this all for fun. I was single, I had no kids, and I was so obsessed with these courses, completely obsessed. Do you think these courses are accessible for the average Black woman? Let's be honest. Do you think these courses are accessible for the average Black woman? Absolutely not. And I'm not done. I did chakra certifications. Okay, so I know extensive lot about chakras. And I did chakrology, which is a certification course. And it talks about the rainbow healing, the guide to chakras and energies. It talks about all the points in the body. And it's great. I think it's, you know, I recommend it, and I can't say anything bad about it. Look at everything you learn. Look how many parts you learn about chakras, techniques, root chakra, spleen, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, beyond the 7 chakras, practical palm chakra, the basis of healing. I can go. There's 36, and there's a final exam. So it's a beautiful course. I have nothing negative to say. Again, I think, um, you know, I do think that it's good. I don't think it's a bad investment. It's only to me it's $249. It's not bad. But again, again, this might be too much for someone that is a single mom to combine with everything else, because you also could combine it with different courses. So that's like the first course, and then you can use it. Because I actually took the chakrology course, which is 249. Then I took crystal medicine, and crystal medicine was a little bit more. And then I took crystal light, crystal therapy, which is more. So it's a lot, because you're supposed to combine it all together. It's not cheap, but it's definitely an investment. So it's 249 for every single course. And you get certification, you get a license number as you do with all of these. So I really think that that's one of the reasons, because I don't think it's accessible. I don't think it's marketed towards the Black community. Definitely not marketed towards Black women. Definitely not marketed towards Black women. I don't think the awareness of it is enough. So I think that's my gift. I do consider myself a light worker. I do consider myself a person that's here for a specific reason. And I do consider myself an empath. And I do think when I give back, it raises my frequency. So there's something about me giving back, giving back. Of course, the people working with me and doing stuff, of course, they want to have their investment for their time, but it's nowhere near what we're even looking at here. Not, I mean, these are pieces of this is a piece of a course, a piece, not even the whole thing. What I'm trying to do is combine, not trying, but what we're doing is combining every single aspect in a short, easy, way to follow, and a way that reflects the unique challenges of today's beautiful, sensual Black woman who is not using her ridiculously untapped feminine potential. Because to me, we are the mothers of sensuality. To me, we are the mothers of the sensuous, of the curve, of the seduction. We are the original. We had deities that were goddesses, that were women, that are unique to Black culture, that were worshipped for thousands of years. That's why, even as a Catholic Christian, I still honor the African deity Isis. She is honored and celebrated as a part of my historical culture that no one can undo. That's my historical culture, just like my ancestors. That's me honoring my ancestors. So that's why I have that part of me. And I'm super excited for the first time to be able to talk about this stuff with my sisters. This is my dream. This is my passion. I think everything happened for a reason. I fell on my own path and I got deeper and deeper into my path. I have the stuff in my house. I got the tattoos. I got the books. This is not me faking the funk. I got the certifications. I have all the courses. I can give you my numbers. Everything is there. And I'm truly passionate about this. And that's why I wanted to make that Law of Enchantress course, which is coming up in a little bit over 2 weeks. And it's going to be a 3-day course with live videos just for you guys. Videos that are going to be only available to the people that paid for the course. There's going to be live material to people that paid for the course. It's going to be a paid Facebook page for people that paid with the course to be able to come on to the 3 days and have live meditation, have live crystal healing, have live, conversations, talk about specifically what they need because everyone's different. Talk about sacred energy, talk about healing, and get you guys into those healthy things. Into those healthy things. Because it is so necessary. It is so necessary because before you can do anything else, you got to heal yourself. And that's the crying joke is that if you are invested in your femininity, you're healed. If you're invested in your inner core, your energies being aligned, there's nothing you can do. That means if you need to lose weight and you're aligned, you will lose weight. That means if you align and you want to lose weight, you're going to do it. It starts with you. Anything that is positive takes you having a tremendous amount of self love, a tremendous amount of self respect, and a tremendous amount of confidence. And that all comes from being healed, empowered, and charged from your sacred feminine core. It's like about going into labor. You got to push, push, push. You got to use all that power to get that goodness, to get that push, to get that contraction, to go through it. But if you're broken inside, if you're not healed inside, you can't give birth, you can't pull forth life. And you are the life inside of you. If you are feminine, sensual, if you are sacred, if you are using everything, anything you want to do is going to happen. And that's all you need. When I was reading the book with Patty Sanger, she said men don't even want women to be all pedigreed and rich. If you are sensual, feminine, confident, and that means if you have all those things, you're going to be taking care of yourself. If you are 100% confident, you're going to be going to the gym. You're going to be doing yoga. You're going to be trying to do every little thing you can do to make yourself feel good because that's what happens when your sacred feminine core is healed. That's what happens when your temple is worshipped. That's what happens when you are fulfilled and you are mentally balanced and your chakras are aligned. That's what happens. You're not going to be aligned and feminine and healed, and you can't do the things for yourself. You can't invest in yourself. You can't be the best you. Once you do all those things, you will be the best you, and the best version of you is all you need to get anything you want in life, to get anywhere where you want to go in life. Once you are the best version of you, and that's it. You don't need anything extra. It's just the best version of you. And it starts with your femininity. Everything else extra that you guys want to do, if you want to learn 5 languages, if you want to go to, Spain and learn how to do flamenco, if you want to diversify yourself, if you want to be more cultured, that's great. But don't think for 1 second you need all those additives. The first thing starts with you, because that's how I became successful. When I wanted to lose weight, they got to a point where I had to believe in myself, especially when I was being told I wasn't sick. Especially when people were telling me there was nothing wrong with you. Especially when I was going to doctor to doctor. There came a point where I had to love myself, love my health, believe myself, believe my symptoms, and keep pushing for the cure. And not just the cure, but just, to get out of that situation where I was very, very ill. And I'm here today because of the laws of Enchantress, because the laws of Enchantress starts with feminine healing, feminine love, feminine worship, you know, putting energy back inside of you. And once you attract those good energies, once you get those energies inside of you, you're going to keep attracting those good things on the outside of you. And that's how it starts. It's not what you want or believe, it's how you feel and perceive. You could want to have the best husband in the world. You could want to have the best job in the world, the best health in the world. You could want to have the baddest body, banging body in the world. But if in your subconscious layer you do not believe, you will not achieve. Let me say it again. If you do not believe, you will not achieve. There's 2 layers to your conscious reasoning. You have the conscious layer that you're aware of, that makes you drive a car, that makes you, go to the supermarket, that makes you play a game of cards or a video game. And you got the subconscious level, which is like a non-stop tape recorder that commands everything. It's like a black box in a plane. It just never turns off. But it's essential, it commands you to a level where you're unaware of. And that's what I'm saying. We as Black women have had this knowledge kept away from us. We've had this knowledge, buried. And we're in a lot of us came from environments where even if we had the knowledge, we couldn't flourish. We didn't feel safe. We didn't feel loved. We didn't feel protected. And we felt rejected by inside and outside, by society. Look at Michelle Obama, double degree, First Lady of the United States. They still call her a man. Look at Serena, the top most dominant athlete in the world, and they still make fun of her. They still didn't find her attractive, and she was not seen as a Black queen to the traditional men in the neighborhood. Haha, I did it right this time. So anyway, that's why I made this course. It's a 3-day course, and it's going to be just for you guys. I'm actually going to take 3 days off from work. I'm not even putting my pay into the course cost, because right now I want to make sure that's what I'm negotiating with people. I'm talking about, you know, tax write-offs. I'm trying to sweet talk people. I'm talking about, you know, doing it for the better good, nonprofit. I'm talking about the fact that, let's keep it real, people don't have $10,000-$15,000 to spend on a couple of courses. We don't. But the information, I believe, is an emotional investment. It's an emotional investment from this community to a group of women who need the healing, who need it, who earned it, who earned it. We have been doing so much for the American society, so much for our communities, so much for others. It is time that we get back all that great energy we've been putting out there, all that work, all that positivity, all the caping for other people's causes and caping for this and caping for that. Now it's time for us to cape for us, and I will be the cheerleader in loving Black women and getting us elevated to a status we didn't even know existed. All right? So I hope that makes sense. This is the last program I did. This is Shakti. So Shakti is actually more of the law of enchantress than anything else. So it pulls from the Eastern traditions, including Tantra, yoga, and focusing on feminine principles of divine energy, known as Shakti. So a lot of that was in the Laws of Enchantress, that book that I can't find. So the book that I had before, it bridged the divide between dualistic concepts and non-dual philosophy. So we're going to explore the symbolism of Mahavidas, okay, Kali, Tara, and other long ass words I can't pronounce, but we're gonna explore them. There's several different things, and you got a lot of them that go into Shakti, and each with a veiled face representing a destructive quality that perpetuates ignorance and suffering, and a true face transformation and liberation. You'll learn to embrace and incorporate every aspect of who you are in your beautiful, sacred, feminine self, and you're going to have amazing power. Think about this. Sacred feminine energy is powerful, and black women hold the most sacred, central, sexual feminine energy on the planet, and very few of us use it. You have some black women I see using it indirectly, and they're doing amazing. Imagine if they were fully aware, took full advantage, and was to concentrate this power. Holy crap. Like I said before, they'll be the president of the world. So if you practice, we're going to be seeking spiritual guidance from within ourselves, the exploration of divine feminine energy, and it's going to reveal your source of pain, your source of fear, your suffering. And when you allow these parts of yourself to arise and simply heal, you can finally overcome your limitations and be open to the light and beauty of your true nature. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. And this course I took was it was also a little pricey. You can see it there, and it was a great course. I loved it, but you're talking a lot. So I paid $2,998. If you want to take the Shakti course, they do have an affordable monthly plan for $267. So if you add up all of these things, these are most of these things. Number one, they're not even going towards black women. They're not even marketed towards black women. They're not even connected or even trying to touch the demographic of black women. So that's my first concern. Because even if you can afford it, let's just say, Connie, you playing, I got money, Connie, we got money. Who you talking about? Okay, I got you, son. I got you. But these courses don't take into consideration the effects of society on the black women's psyche. And this is scientific studies that we have a unique psyche because we're not seen as feminine. We're seen as a superwoman. We're seen as overtly masculine. We're seen as the strong black woman. We're seen as impervious. Remember I told you that Mario? Dun, 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 dun. When he gets the star, he's running and he's knocking everything out the way. They see us as a type of black female Terminator, this nonstop Amazon. So you can't really do these programs without having that type of backdrop. Because when I did the programs, I felt like there was a gap because they never have to worry about, their level of femininity the way we do. They never have to worry about, being overtly masculine like we do because they have their communities, they have their protection. And that's why the law of enchantress specifically for black women matters. Black women matter because our experiences, our emotions, our trauma, our hurt, our joy, our desires, what we want are completely different. Completely different. And I'll go into that more if you want to have an open forum. I'm about to go to church soon, but I wanted to do that. I want to make this video just for this page so you guys can understand why, even if there's another page that has Shakti, that has the ancient Indian Hindu teachings, that have the yoga, you have to understand as a black woman, you have unique attributes. And they're gorgeous. You have the strongest center of feminine sacred energy on the planet. You have the Eve gene, EVE. Look it up. These are all facts. So you really have to, when I did the courses, I had the perception of seeing the courses and their core fundamental, aspects that were going to be, you can't change them, but also adding my experiences and your experiences as a black woman into going to make this 3-day course, 3 full days. That's going to cover almost everything I learned that I think that my team thinks will be good for you to have. So definitely look out for it. The pricing for the investment should come out on Monday. Again, I'm actually talking people down because I do not want this to be completely unreasonable. I want to make it within reason and truly a good investment that you can use for the rest of your life. So thank you guys. I hope this made sense. I hope this fulfills the reason why I made the Laws of Enchantress and the Laws of Enchantress 3-day program just for women of color. Thank you guys.